Options tab under Billing Preferences and Settings. This is a very general tab, and you might want to come back here at some point and make different decisions when you know how you want your super bill to look. This default invoice option, it doesn't terribly matter what you select here, but basically whatever you do select will automatically default as the default invoice when you create a patient's case. Each patient file will have its own case or cases, and if Superbill is chosen here, then every case that you create will automatically select Superbill as a default invoice. But of course, this can be changed on an individual case. So it doesn't really matter. If you are just a cash-based practice, then you're going to want to choose Superbill because that's all you'll be doing. If you're a mixed practice, then it doesn't really matter what you choose. You'll be able to change it on a case-to-case basis. Then here you decide whether or not you want your provider tax ID to show on Superbill. This is your billing statement footer. This will show at the bottom of the Superbill. Make it your own and edit this text as you wish. Then here we're with the signature that will be at the bottom of your Superbill. If you have not watched the video about the company tab where you set up your provider, you probably didn't see this yet, but basically you have two options. Either you set up a signature image for each provider if you have multiple provider in your practice. If you're the only provider in your practice, then you can use the main bubble here. Of course, set up use signature to yes, and then here is where you add your signature image. I recommend that you probably sign a blank piece of paper, take a picture with your phone, and then send that over to your computer, and you would then click on this add button, find your image, click insert, and that will insert that signature image in that field. This here is if you intend to email your invoices. You would want to put the subject of your email and as well as whatever text you'd like to have here. This is also where you can set up taxes for procedures and products. Most states you're not going to have taxes on procedures, but you might have a tax on products, and so you'll click here on edit, and this is how the tax needs to be entered here. For example, 0.05 being 5%. If you're changing your tax along the way, let's say you had your inventory at 5% and now it's going up to 7%, you'll be choosing. So if you started at 5% when you first set up the database, and then at some point it goes up to 7%, you'll come here, change that to the other percentage, and click on update inventory so that your inventory gets updated with the new tax percentage. And then finally we have, this is for the payment entry of the invoicing. I would recommend leaving this to no for now. You can always come back and change it. You can also change it on an individual invoice. You'll decide later when you have gone over how to enter a payment whether or not this is appropriate for you to have checked to yes.